Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of the 2022 Top Franchise Broker Awards. We have with us today, straight from Hawaii, Aloha, Sydney Batchelder. Hey there.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much
H-
for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your journey to this point.
Yeah, I have been in business now for a little under 2 years, so I definitely have a newer company. It's been a great transition, though. Like so many people, I did the COVID pivot. I found myself wanting to do something else and different with my life. We were all out of work for a short amount of time, so it really forced me to take a look at what I was doing and what I wanted to do with my career. And my dad actually works in the franchise development industry for about the past 15, 20 years. So he gave me the idea to start looking into franchise consulting, and here we are.
So you were in the service industry, you said, for a long time, right there in Hawaii. So tell us a little bit about
Mm.
that background.
Yeah, yeah. So, previous to me living in Hawaii, I had a background in sales and high-end retail management. When I moved to Hawaii, a lot of the professional jobs around here revolve around the service industry, being that it's a highly touristy place to live. So I found myself in the restaurant industry, which was something new for me, but quickly worked my way up, and I was actually managing a very fun brewery for a couple years, and then COVID hit, and that's really when I started to take a look around. And I've always wanted to own my own business, and managing a brewery and being around that culture was very fun. I love that industry, but it was time to move on and start working for myself. So
It's
it's been a good move.
interesting because, yeah, because you're somebody who now has taken the pivot. You've done, the great resignation with all the rest of us. And
Right.
when you did it, you're also now putting these franchisees, together with franchisors, and they're going through the same thing. There has to be kind of a synergy there for you.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And I think that's you know, why one, I enjoy my job so much, but also why I have been successful is because I can relate to my clients and I understand what they're going through and what a big decision it is to really take that career pivot and go forward with the next steps and owning your own business. So, yeah, exactly. I'm able to really relate with what's happening and understand the process.
So, what does it take to be a good franchise broker?
To be a good franchise broker, I think um, having persistence across many different levels, persistence in the discovery process, persistence with your clients, and also persistence with continuing your education. The franchise industry is so much more vast than so many people realize and what they think about when they just think about franchising. So many people just think of McDonald's or Subway. So just being open-minded to the process and understanding, this is a proven process. Um, it's much different than so many different industries out there. But yeah, having that persistence to keep on going. It is a long-term game. These people are buying businesses, so it's not a snap decision where they're buying a couch or something, like it takes a long time to go through the process with your clients, and being understanding of that, really will go a long way.
And you think about how much money some people have saved up to be able to purchase a franchise, and it's a lifetime of
Right,
savings. It's a big
right.
decision.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what advice do you have for those who are trying to break into the industry? Maybe somebody's taken the pandemic pivot in their career, but they don't yet know what they want to do. Or maybe they've thought about doing something similar to what you're doing. What advice would you have for them?
Yeah, great question. I think a couple things along those same lines, like be ready to dive into the process and be persistent with that process. Um, have a huge willingness to learn. Like I said, the franchise industry is just so much more than what so many people think. And be open minded. That was something I struggled with initially a lot, was learning about different industries that I necessarily wasn't interested in personally. But your clients are going to take you down a lot of different paths. So being open minded to different industries that perhaps, personally you might not be interested or think is a great opportunity, but other people really might, and that might be the perfect business. So, don't pigeonhole yourself into a certain area of comfortability. Get outside your comfort zone. Um, and also realize you're not just buying a job being a franchise broker. You are running your own business. So keep that in mind as well. There's tons of different things as far as accounting, administrative work, marketing that you need to do for your business. So, just keep that in mind. It's not necessarily just a 9 to 5 when you clock out. There's still so much to do all the time.
It definitely sounds like you're talking to one of your franchisees because you're like, okay, hey, here's the model. Here's what we need to
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Get ready.
So it's funny. It's funny that you're in the same boat, you know? Okay, so what advice would you have for franchisors who are thinking, man, we need to find some good franchisees this year in 2022? What advice do you have for
Yeah.
them for finding some good ones?
I from what I've seen, the my clients are usually the most drawn to franchisors who are very upfront and willing to provide the information that people want sooner than later. We're in an era where people are used to Googling something very quickly and getting all of the answers that they want immediately. Um, so when franchisors provide that collateral for consultants like myself to be able to pass off to our clients that show things like marketing plans, basic item 19 numbers, what the future of the brand is looking like and any plans for the future. Things like that, people want to know all of this information quickly. And while there is a fairly lengthy discovery process that our clients go through with franchisors. I think just being upfront with a lot of that information, obviously, we can dive into details later, but people want those high level bullet points right away, um, you know, aside just from knowing simply what the company does. So I think just providing the information, get it out there and having that collateral for people to look at really draws people in, and there's tons of brands that do that, um, but those definitely are the brands that I notice my clients are more drawn to initially.
That's great. And so, what does winning look like for you?
Yeah, well, winning for me, with my business would mean that myself, my client, and the franchisor, we're all happy with the outcome. Um, of what's just happened. So ideally for me, I have an excellent relationship with my client. My client finds a great new opportunity that they're super excited about, and the franchisor gains a great franchisee and continues the growth of their brand. So, once that all happens, I feel like I have won. Especially when I'm able to run my own business and work from home and maintain a great work life balance. That's the ideal picture there.
In Sydney, don't forget live in paradise, right? She
And
lives in
hey,
paradise.
live a couple blocks from the beach. Life isn't too bad.
That's so great. Well, Sydney Batchelder, thanks for being with us and congratulations on being one of the 2022 top franchise brokers. You've been awarded that from your peers, and so it's kind of neat that
Thank you.
you've received that award. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.